Welcome to the Giving Garden podcast, where we explore how small acts of giving can blossom into lasting change. I'm your host, Martina Halloran, founder of the Giving Garden and CEO of Dr. Hauschka Skincare USA. In each episode, we highlight the power of giving, whether it's time, kindness, or resources, and how these acts can transform both lives and whole communities. Join me as we explore the ripple effect of giving and its lasting impact. Giving is deeply personal for me. It's not just about what we share, it's about what we cultivate together. When we give, we plant seeds of connection, we plant seeds of care, and ultimately, we plant seeds of possibility. And just like a garden, these seeds grow into something that can nourish not only others, but ourselves as well. Today, I want to share why the Giving Garden exists, how giving has shaped my life, and how giving can inspire us to enrich our communities. Food has always been at the heart of my story. It's more than something to eat. It's a language, a bond, and a bridge. In my family, food was how we said, "I love you." It was how we celebrated, how we mourned, and how we came together. My mom was the embodiment of this. Her love language was food. Even when times were tough, she found ways to nourish not just her family, but others in our community. She'd cook extra portions and bring them to neighbors, family friends, and anyone who was struggling. Her generosity inspired me to see food not just as sustenance, but as a symbol of care and connection. But the truth is, it wasn't always easy. Growing up, we faced food insecurity ourselves. As a child, I benefited from the free lunch program at school. I remember standing in line, lunch tray in hand, and realizing how something so simple, a meal, could mean so much. It was more than food. It was an act of care, a reminder that I mattered. That experience stayed with me. It taught me that when we nourish each other, we create a ripple effect of dignity, hope, and possibility. When we are fed, mind, body, and spirit, we can flourish. And giving others the opportunity to flourish is one of the most rewarding things we can do. When I joined Dr. Hauschka, I was looking for something more than just furthering my career. I wanted to align my work with my values, to honor my heritage, my story, and my belief in the power of giving. Dr. Hauschka is more than a skincare brand. It's the pioneer in natural skincare, rooted in respect for nature and humanity. It all started over 50 years ago in a medicinal herb garden, where the knowledge and expertise in homeopathy was translated into skincare. Today, that same respect for nature and its gifts is woven into everything we do. We source many of our ingredients through value-generating projects around the world. These projects empower farmers with education on organic farming practices, while at the same time ensuring their communities remain self-reliant for generations to come. It's a model of giving that reflects reciprocity. What we take, we also give back. Shepherded by a foundation, not shareholders, Dr. Hauschka sees profit as a means, not an end. It's a tool to create self-determination, to uphold uncompromised standards, and to foster a culture of care. Care for the earth, care for humanity, and care for the future. This ethos inspired the Giving Garden, our loyalty program that goes beyond points and perks. Every time someone makes a purchase, we donate to organizations working to address food insecurity. These organizations are on the front lines, creating systems that provide not just food access, but also education, empowerment, and long-term solutions. At its heart, the Giving Garden isn't just about what we give. It's about how giving nourishes us and those around us. I believe access to fresh, healthy food is a basic human right. Yet in the United States, over 40 million people face food insecurity every day. Giving doesn't have to be grand to be meaningful. It can be as simple as sharing a meal, donating your time, or choosing to support a cause you believe in. These micro movements, these small acts of care, create a ripple effect. When we give, we inspire others to give, and together we create change. What I find most inspiring about giving is the conversations it sparks. When we give, we open the door to dialogue, not just about the act itself, but about the values and beliefs that drive us. For example, think about the last time you gave someone something. Maybe it was a gift, a kind word, or your time. How did that make you feel? What kind of impact do you think it had on the other person? And how did it inspire others around you? These are the kinds of questions I hope we can explore together because giving is so much more than a transaction. It's a connection, a shared experience that strengthens our community and our humanity. With each episode of the Giving Garden podcast, I'll share stories from people and organizations who are making a difference. These are individuals who found innovative ways to address food insecurity and create opportunities to help build thriving communities. We'll hear from organizations dedicating their time to create access to healthy food sources, people who use their talents and gifts to give voice to health and wellness issues, and everyday people who've turned their passion for giving into a movement. These stories aren't just inspiring, they're a reminder of what's possible when we come together. This podcast is an invitation to reflect on what giving means to you. As we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a thought. What seeds of giving can you plant today? Maybe it's a small act, like reaching out to someone with words of encouragement or checking on your elderly neighbor. Or maybe it's something bigger, like starting a conversation in your community about how you can work together to create change. Whatever it is, know that your act of giving, no matter how small, has the power to grow into something beautiful. Because giving isn't just something we do, it's something that connects us, grows us, and strengthens our shared humanity. Together, we thrive when we give. Thank you for listening to the Giving Garden podcast. I hope you're leaving inspired, because even the smallest act can spark positive change. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. The Giving Garden podcast is produced by Edwin Batista and edited by Stephen West. A special thanks to Helen Polisi for her guidance and generosity. The Giving Garden podcast is brought to you by Dr. Hauschka Skincare USA, pioneers in natural skincare for over 50 years, and home to the Giving Garden loyalty program. Visit drhauschka.com to learn more.